So today we're diving into something really special. This isn't just a book review, it's more of, well, a love letter to I'll Be Home for Christmas by Jenny Bayliss. You see, this story is so much more than a simple trip home for the holidays. It's really about that messy, complicated, but ultimately beautiful journey of finding your way back to yourself. And that whole idea really kicks off with this one big question. What does it truly mean to come home? I mean, really think about that. This is the question that our main character Frederica, or Fred as we get to know her, is wrestling with. And trust me, it's a question that you'll feel on every single page.
All right, so let's get into it. A reluctant homecoming. This is all about Fred's unwanted return to her hometown, Pine Bluff.
So who is Frederica Hollowheart? Well, she's basically someone who feels like she's completely flunked at being a grown-up. You know the feeling. Her life in London has just fallen apart. Romantically, financially, the whole shebang. So she's forced to go back to this Christmas-obsessed town she spent her whole life trying to escape. And for her, this is not a triumphant return. It's just a temporary perch, a place to catch her breath and figure out what on earth to do next.
And she is so clear about this. This quote right here, she was not back. Categorically not back. This is basically her mantra. It's the wall she puts up. She is in some serious denial, completely fighting the idea that this could be her home again. It just perfectly captures that huge internal battle she's fighting from the second she gets there.
So what about this town she's trying so hard to resist? Welcome to Pine Bluff. And listen, this place is not just some sleepy little town. It's a full-on character in the story. We're talking Christmas isn't just a day, it's a whole vibe. Imagine twinkling lights everywhere, cute little artisan shops, and these really deep-rooted, quirky traditions like Krampus Night. It's the kind of place that's both totally overwhelming but also, as you'll see, incredibly healing.
Okay, so this brings us to the real meat of the story. Old wounds, new sparks. Because coming home means you can't escape your past, right? Fred has to navigate all this old trauma while maybe, just maybe, finding a chance at future love.
Look, to really get Fred, you have to understand the baggage she's carrying. And this quote, wow, it just hits so hard. It gets right to the core of her toxic ex-boyfriend, Tim. See, this wasn't just a bad breakup. He slowly and quietly took apart her self-worth, piece by piece. It's that awful kind of control that masquerades as love, and it left her feeling completely trapped, like that butterfly in a glass case. Just heartbreaking.
And here's the toxic bargain she was in, probably without even realizing it. On one hand, Tim offered this idea of a grown-up, sophisticated life. He made her feel wanted, stable. But what did it cost her? Everything. Her self-esteem, her friends, her ability to just be herself. It was an illusion of love, and the price was her entire identity.
But coming home isn't all bad news, because then there's Ryan Frost, her childhood best friend, her old partner in crime, and he is the complete opposite of Tim. He represents this authentic, easy, fun part of her life that she left behind. He's genuine connection, he's laughter, he's basically everything Tim wasn't. And when they see each other again, it's just instant comfort, like no time has passed. But what's really cool is there's something else there now, you know? A little spark that definitely wasn't there when they were just kids building forts. And you just get this feeling that this is the beginning of a classic friends to lovers slow burn.
So things are starting to look up, right? Fred's guard is coming down, she's reconnecting, but of course, that's when everything goes sideways. We're heading into the big betrayal, the moment that absolutely rocks not just Fred, but the whole town.
Okay, so Fred meets this guy, Warren. He's a journalist, he's charming, and he seems like this perfect fresh start from her past. He's in town covering the Christmas market, and he seems genuinely interested in her and in Pine Bluff. So she opens up. She tells him all the little stories, the heart and soul behind the local shops, because she thinks he gets it. She thinks he sees the magic too.
And then, bam, the article comes out, and the headline is just a punch to the gut. All bluff and no substance. He took every single thing she told him in confidence and twisted it. He viciously attacked the town, calling all that passion and hard work a fake, meaningless facade. It is an absolutely brutal public betrayal.
And this is it. This is rock bottom for Fred. She's heartbroken, obviously, but she's also completely ostracized. The townspeople blame her. They see her as the one who brought this wolf into their home. All her deepest fears about being a failure, about messing things up, they all just came true in the worst way possible.
But you know what they say about hitting rock bottom? The only way to go is up. And this is where the story's real magic happens. This awful betrayal is actually the thing that pushes Fred to finally, truly find her way home. And I'm not just talking about the town. I'm talking about finding her way back to herself.
And how does she do it? This is the best part. She takes all those marketing skills from her failed London career and she weaponizes them for good. She fights back. She creates these amazing, heartfelt videos that show the real people, the real stories behind the shops Warren attacked. The very thing she thought was a failure becomes her biggest strength. And this time, she's not using it for some faceless company. She's using it for her community.
And right when she needs it most, her mom, Bella, drops this absolute gem of wisdom. Success isn't a one-shot deal. Your achievements don't become null and void simply because your circumstances shift. I mean, come on. That is the core message of this entire book. It's a reminder that your past wins don't just disappear. You get to redefine what success looks like for you, right now.
And of course, while all of this healing is going on, her bond with Ryan just gets stronger and stronger until it's just undeniable. And he says this to her, "I realize now that it was always going to be you. Always was, always will be." Ah! It's just perfect. It's not some crazy fast romance, it's something so much better. It's this deep, true love that grew out of a lifetime of friendship.
So let's wrap this up with our final thoughts. And I want to come back to why we're calling this a love letter. It's because this book is more than just a cute Christmas read. It really, truly wraps you up in a feeling.
And hey, don't just take my word for it. People magazine literally calls Jenny Bayliss a Christmas book queen. Everyone agrees her stories are this perfect mix of hilarious and heartfelt. They're like a warm hug of found family. Honestly, picking up one of her books is like getting a hug while you're sitting under a super thick blanket. It's just peak cozy.
So what's the big takeaway here? I think it's this. True homecoming isn't really about a place on the map. It's about coming back to yourself. It's about finally forgiving yourself, embracing where you came from, and letting yourself have another shot at being happy, no matter where you end up.
All right, the final grade. For the incredible emotional journey, the absolutely enchanting setting, and just for being the perfect holiday story with so much heart and substance, we are giving I'll Be Home for Christmas a huge 9.5 out of 10. Seriously, it's an absolute must-read.
And if you finish this and you're like, I need more of this feeling in my life, well, you're in luck. You should definitely check out more of Jenny Bayliss's books. Meet Me Under the Mistletoe is another amazing second-chance romance, and The 12 Dates of Christmas is just so charming and funny. You really can't go wrong.
So if you had a good time hanging out in Pine Bluff with us today, do us a favor and hit that follow and subscribe button for more deep dives into stories just like this one. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you for the next one.